Hi guys, and welcome to our sneak peek into coaching. I am Daniellemckean, and I'm so excited to share with you guys the big elephant in the room. That is what I named this video. So first off, let me introduce myself. I am Daniellemckean. I've been a coach for 6 years now, and this opportunity has completely changed my life. Going from a struggling paycheck to paycheck mom to now full-time coach. I don't even like to say full-time coach because I do this around my family's life. But I want to just share with you before Beachbody. How did I get into this? How did it change my life and where we are now? So I did hair for 10 years. I was a hairstylist. I worked full time. It was just something that I kind of fell into. A lot of my family members are hairdressers, and I just went for it. I lost my passion along the way, even though I think I was pretty darn good at doing hair. I just think it was a natural talent. But I lost my passion because I found a new passion for helping people in just a totally different way, to help people from really the inside out instead of just the outside. So one of my hair clients told me about this whole thing, and at the time I was a mom with 2 babies in diapers, which I have 3 girls now, and I have a husband. I don't know if I mentioned that, but we've been married for 10 years now. He was my high school sweetheart, kind of broke up along our journey and found our way back to each other. But yeah, 3 girls, married 10 years, life is crazy. But yeah, so I got into coaching because one of my hair clients told me about this whole thing. I was very skeptical because I had tried another type of network marketing business, and it just didn't work out because I didn't work, right? I didn't give it my all. And so I had these assumptions of what this type of business was. I didn't want to do home parties. I didn't want to do anything like that because I'm super introverted, and I just even feels awkward doing calls like this still. But I got out of my comfort zone, and I realized, what the heck? What do I have to lose? I saw my coach having tremendous success, sharing her life on social media, getting in the best shape of her life. And I was that mom who kind of felt like I lost myself. I wanted to get in shape, lose the baby weight. I had 2 girls back to back, C-sections. I was about a year postpartum when I started this journey, and it was not easy getting the baby weight off at all. I literally had my first and jumped right into the second. My first daughter was 9 months, and then I got pregnant. And then another year later, I had a child. So it was like nonstop with 2 babies in diapers. We were struggling financially. My husband is a master boat mechanic. And so we are hands-on people, work really hard. And so we were just barely getting by making full-time incomes. And so when this whole thing came about, I needed to get in shape. Right? I was making my own shakes and they tasted horrible, and I figured, gosh, like Shakeology had everything in it. Why not put all the money into this, right? Instead of going out to Starbucks and having a coffee loaded with sugar and eating out when we couldn't afford it and charging. So I cut back on all of the things, all of eating out, going to Starbucks. I saved my money for Shakeology. My husband said, if you want to do this, which he was very, very skeptical. He basically said, you have to get this paid for, right? You have to sign some people up if you want this. And I wasn't really looking into the coaching opportunity at the time. I just wanted to lose the baby weight. I did Insanity, our hardest program. I am the type of person that goes all out if I do something. And so I wanted extreme results. So I knew I had to do an extreme program. So I grew up going to the gym, doing sports, but nothing clicked like this. It was really special because I love that the meal plans came with it. I love that the fitness came with it. I love that it had a health shake to fuel my body, and I didn't have to live off of coffee, having 2 babies in diapers. I love that it was all at home. I didn't have to leave my 2 kids to go to a gym and spend money. So I canceled our gym. I canceled boot camps that I went to. I was going to like a circuit training type Orange Theory thing at the time. So I canceled all of that. I just wanted to save time and money, and I did with this. I literally gave it a shot, got in the best shape of my life after having 2 C-sections, 2 kids, and it was like that saving grace that I needed because I just wanted to share it from the rooftops that this worked. So at the time, we were going on a Disney trip, I remember, before I even really started the business. And so this is kind of the turning point that made me open my heart and mind to the business, was that we went on this trip and everything could go wrong. This was like our first trip with the girls, still young in diapers. We had not been on a family trip at all. It was about 3 years into our marriage, right? We went on a honeymoon, but we never went on a family trip. So we thought, we lived in South Florida, like Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. We are now in Raleigh, NC, which I will get into that in a little bit. But we went to Disney, everything went wrong. My husband pulled his back. He has a bad back from doing what he does for so many years. We charged the whole trip. It was so stressful, still going through postpartum depression and anxiety. And I just remember having to take the wheel and just pray really hard and to drive my family home because he could barely sit up and walk. And it just was kind of like this turning point, this point where it was like, we got to do something because I'm sick of living the way that we were living. And so that's why I kind of turned, and share about the financial opportunity with this, because yes, I wanted to get in the best shape of my life. And that was my initial goal. But it evolved to wanting a little bit more, wanting some type of financial security, because doing hair, if I wasn't working, I wasn't getting paid. And so with this opportunity, you hear a lot of freedom, right? Because you could build a residual income. And so I'm going to get into that as well. But that was really attractive to me, being, a hairstylist at the time, working so hard and not seeing the fruits of my labor, working full time. I was sometimes in that salon from 7:30, 8 o'clock, right, on a Saturday to 6, 7 o'clock at night. Some days I would pull 10 to 12 hours in that place, and I would walk away with maybe a couple $100 after paying out, the owner and the commission that I would get. Even I did booth rental and I had to pay, a certain amount every week, and it just didn't add up for how much work I was putting in. And so I know with corporate jobs, with so many other jobs, you feel like you're not getting paid for how much work you put in, right? Or maybe you step away from your job and you're not getting paid. You have to show up to get paid at most jobs. And so how this is so unique and so different is that, we still get paid even when we walk away. And so that is that freedom that I desperately wanted. And so when we got home from that Disney trip, I remember just having a huge blowout with my husband, and we just started arguing about finances. And I share very openly and honestly about these things because I know that other people are struggling with finances, having time and money freedom, feeling like they're in a rut with their health, right? And their fitness. And I have felt all of these things. And so that's what attracted me to this, is that I could literally have a solution for everything in my life with this coaching opportunity. So we got home from that trip, had a blow up, and I just remember I had got in the best shape of my life, and I was like, I want to do this. I was telling him, and I'm like, babe, I want to do this. And he was skeptical, and I just was like, look at my coach and look at this. And I was just throwing up about it because I was so excited. And I'm like, this could help us. And I just remember he was just shooting it down because we really didn't have the time or the money for me to invest in anything. I literally had every objection most people could have. Had no time, no money, had just got in great shape, right? And I just didn't have the resources. I wasn't qualified. I knew nothing about coaching at all, but I just knew I had the heart and the mind to just look at it and to move forward with it. And so I did. I told my coach, tell me what I got to do. I'm going to be teachable. I am willing to do anything to start making extra money on the side from doing hair. And so I just remember I ran with it. I had to close my mouth to my husband because he's more of a realist, show me instead of tell me. And so I got to work. I worked really hard on myself. I continued to show up for myself, which consistency is everything in this business. And so it gave me credibility. It gave me something behind, oh, she's a coach, well, she shows up every day and she works really hard. And, she is proof that this all works, kind of like, what Desiree said. And so I just remember working really hard on myself. I showed up and I started bringing other people along with me. And so it all started with just putting myself out there on social media. We have such a great tool now these days that people are building $1 million businesses on social media. It's just the way of the world right now with social media. A lot of people aren't watching TV. They're on social media, right? And so I thought, gosh, I could utilize this. And my coach was super successful. I saw her coming home from being a lawyer. I saw her bringing in a 6-figure income. She lived right down the street from me. And I saw that this was a real business where you can make a lucrative income, right? And so I wanted that. I was sick of struggling. I was one of those people that I'm like, oh, if she could do it, why can't I do it? Like I had the same things that I wanted to work on, and I saw her doing it. And so I had to really look at myself and a lot of prayer, and I just said, you know what, I'm hands up. Sometimes you got to get to that point in your life where you just put your hands up in the air and you're just like, enough is enough. Like, I'm sick of living like this. Give me the solution. And I just remember praying, and it just so happened this had fell into our life at the right time in our lives that we needed it, okay? And so I started to build a team of coaches. I started to build my customer base, and it added up, because if you make a commission off, say, a challenge pack or any product that we have an entire library of fitness programs. We have a full lineup of nutrition programs and meal plans and everything. We have so many things. And so as you earn this commission, you can then start doubling it, right? Because it adds up the next month and then the following month. And so I started to set goals for myself where I want to help X amount of people, right? And that means that I had to put myself out there X amount of times and talk to this many people. And so I set those goals for myself, and slowly I built my customer base, right? Which eventually built into sharing about coaching, which was hard because, like I said, I'm an introvert and it's hard to kind of put myself out there, but I realized that most people need this. And so why not get out of my comfort zone with something that's helping me that could potentially help someone else, right? So I built a team of coaches, built a customer base, and then started to see my income build up, right? And so that is how we kind of build these quick wins, is putting ourselves out there and helping our friends and family and the people closest to us to get those success stories, to start sharing their success stories, and to show people, hey, I am coaching and I'm helping people. And so I remember I signed up my husband as a coach, and he was going to be, I said it to myself, he's going to be my first success story. He did Body Beast. He drank Shakeology. He went on the first trip that I had ever won, which I got the whole trip paid for. Beachbody called me and they're like, you earned this whole trip for free. It was about a year into coaching. And I'm like, you're lying. Like, I've never earned a trip for free ever in my life. So I was already, excuse me, I was already blown away, and I was already like, everybody needs to know about this, because you can earn a trip instead of charging it, right? Instead of going into debt, you can actually earn a trip just by working on your health and your fitness. So I told my husband, he's like, okay, we'll go on this trip. And so he started to talk to other husbands and other coaches that were successful. Guys, after he got off that trip, he was sold. He's like, wow, the potential is amazing. I will do whatever you need. I will support you. And so I remember a year into this business, I got back from that trip and just kept building my team, helping people, building my customer base. And we teach you all of this. Like Desiree said, we give you all the training, all of the things. But after a year was about a turning point, because I was making a full-time income. I just wanted to cover my income as a hairstylist. And so that was my goal. I was able to do that. And then I kept setting more goals, but it evolved over time. In the beginning, you heard me say that I was skeptical of this because I had tried other things in the past. You heard me say that I wanted to slowly work on myself and to get my shake paid for. And then I wanted to start making an income because we were struggling. So I wanted to pay for baby diapers. I wanted to not charge things. So my number in my head was that life-changing number. And I want to ask you guys, right? What is that life-changing number right now, okay, that would help you financially? It doesn't have to be like $1,000 a month, even though that would be nice, but it could start small. It was $200 for me. I just wanted to pay for baby diapers, and I wanted to not charge going to the grocery store. I wanted to not charge anything. I just wanted to pay for it in cash. So that $200 would seriously help us, right? So after I got my products paid for, and if you sign up 2 to 3 people, you get your products paid for. So that was my goal, was to cover my hairstylist income and bring in that $200, and then it evolved to $500, and then it covered my hairstylist income. And so after about a year and a half into the business, I just sped things up a lot faster, and I continued to be teachable and move my team and my my customer base forward of still doing hair. And like I said, and even Desiree said, I wasn't doing this full time. I was really doing hair full time, but I did this while, color was processing or the baby was sleeping, both babies during nap time. And so I literally did this in the pockets a day. So my third baby, which my third girl, is sleeping. This is the only time that I really get this done now, is my nap time hustle. Or when the girls go to sleep, certain nights I block out. And so a year and a half into the business, it was another turning point. It was like, wow, this is growing really fast. I had my head down, blinders on. I didn't care what came my way. I was going to do this. And so my income started to double and triple and quadruple. And it really took off about 2 to 3 years into the business. Okay. And so I had life happening to me during that time. My father had passed away a year into the business, and I was just going to my first big event to learn and grow with Beachbody, because we host those events every year to grow and learn. It was a trip I had to pay for. And so I was saving my Beachbody money to go. And it was a month before I went on this trip that he passed away. So I was not in a good place. But because of this journey, it helped me. It was my therapy, I say, to stay on track, to work on myself, to show up every day on social media. It was just that positive outlet and community that really helped me through such a hard time in my life. And it was hard. It was so hard. And, my father didn't leave the healthiest lifestyle. And so it was more motivation for me to leave, the legacy for my girls, to show them what a healthy lifestyle is. And so that was a kick in the butt. I grew this passion for health and fitness that I never had before. Like I said, I grew up in sports, but I never had that real passion for fitness. And so that came along the way. But, now being 6 years in, we've grown a phenomenal team of coaches and challengers, and it's brought a huge 6-figure income. It's allowed my family to move from South Florida to NC. I would not be able to do that if I was still a hairstylist. I would, not be able to give up that clientele that kept me working every day and showing up, right? But because of this income and business, I've been able to kind of walk away from hair. I walked away 2 years into the business because I replaced that income and live this life of, yes, freedom, but it's the time and money freedom that I so desired, to just be there for my girls. I always wanted to be home for them. I wanted to be present for them, and just be there. And so that was my goal. It did not start out like that. It can evolve over time to being so small, wanting to get healthy and fit, to wanting to achieve bigger goals and dreams. And we all define success differently, right? Maybe coming home from a job that you love is not your goal, right? And that's okay. But it can start small, as to maybe helping bring in groceries or taking your family on a vacation, to maybe making a bigger income, to paying off your house one day, right? It's all up to you how you define success. Success to me was defined in being there for my girls and not having to work full time and leave them while they were in diapers, right? So we've had tremendous success. We've been able to pay off our cars, our debt. The only debt that we have is our mortgage, which I'm huge into Dave Ramsey. And so we're on a plan to pay off our mortgage in the next X amount of years. We don't really know, but we are working towards it. And so I definitely know that's going to happen. And Beachbody has been the avenue to help us do that, right? So I've seen this, help so many people in different ways. It can be the avenue to move your life forward in a different way, or help people and give and serve, or do mission trips. Like, it's entirely up to you. And so I just wanted to get healthy and fit, saw the opportunity and ran with it, right? And so there's 3 different ways that we earn. I want to share with you. It's commission, building your customer base. Then it is cycle bonuses, which is basically your team, building your team, which opens you to downline commission. And then it starts to build this residual income, which is the freedom we talk about. The third way is quarterly bonuses. So as you move up in the ranks with a company, you can earn a bonus every quarter just for being a certain rank. So that's really kind of higher level, but excuse me. But what is so cool and I love about this business is that anybody can surpass anybody at any given time. It's not like a corporate job. It's truly like unlimited potential earnings. And so that's really cool thing about being a part of this type of business. The sky is truly the limit. And so my income has progressed definitely over these 6 years, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I used to not do this in the past, but as you know, I have evolved to sharing in these groups and growing a team. I once wanted to know what coaches earn, right? Especially being a brand new coach, to maybe just working on yourself, to slowly getting your products paid for, to then building a business. Like, I'm going to be real open and raw and share with you my income progression and also other coaches on our team. So I'll share that with you guys, and then a link to a breakdown so you can see it if you are a visual person and you have to like read it out or you have to see it. I'm going to share that for you right after this call. So I had every objection you guys could think of. No time, no money, 2 babies in diapers, struggling financially, just all of the objections most people have. But I found that facing those objections and having an open heart and mind to something new has led my family to a place of freedom. My husband only works 4 days a week now. Majority of his income goes towards our 401k. We have Roth IRAs. We have life insurance. We have dental and vision and all these things we never had before. So it just makes sense now. He works 4 days a week to pay for all of the things that my job can't, because we're independent contractors and we're not really a corporate company. So it's definitely different. And I love that he gets out of the house and does what he's passionate about. He still works with his hands, but he used to work, guys, like full time, pick up side work on the weekends, and life was a struggle. I did hair too. I did weddings. I did side work for people, and would go to, people that were older, their homes, and help them. We would both be like working before kids and even during into kids when they were in diapers, just really hard. So now I'm home. I work this, like I said, during nap time and when the girls go to sleep at night. About 2 nights a week. So I don't work this nearly as much as I used to, but I love it. It's become my passion, and I truly don't feel like I'm working. I'm working like a real job. I feel like I am doing something that I'm passionate about. I show up for myself. Every morning I work hard on my health and fitness. Every day I work hard on my mindset, which is so important, because if we're not growing, we can't help other people. I equip people with these products that are worldly known health and fitness products that you can do from home. I am just able to be there and be present for my family, and that is the biggest thing to me. But besides the finances, the non-financial is I built an amazing community of positive, like-minded, faithful women on our team that these women have become like family. We go on trips together. We talk every day on social media. We just got off a live call, just a mentor call before this call. We're just a family of amazing families and women, and it's just a beautiful thing to be a part of. The friendships that have grown are just something that I love and I look forward to. I have always been introverted, and so having these awesome women friendships has just meant a lot, especially growing up doing hair for so many years. I've seen the ugly side of working with all women and being in sports or whatnot, and I've seen the ugly side of it, but this is so different. We are all cheering each other on and truly want the best for each other to hit our goals and to accomplish our visions one day. I've gotten in amazing shape after having 3 kids and 3 C-sections. It's crazy to say that after having 3 kids, I'm in the best shape of my life. I was never able to say that, but because of these home programs, it's definitely gotten me in amazing shape, and now I get to pay it forward and help other women. I am more of a faithful mom, a faithful person in general, because I've worked really hard on myself from the inside out, because this journey makes you want to grow and become better. And I truly think if you are at your best self, you feel good from the inside out, you can be a better wife, you can be a better mom, you could be better in whatever job that you're at. And so that's what this whole coaching thing has done. As much as, yes, we are beach body, it's not just about having a beach body. It is about being your best self from the inside out so that you can truly be better in all areas of your life. I am less stressed. I have less anxiety, even though I do suffer still from anxiety from postpartum. I've been on a postpartum journey for almost 9 years now. It's crazy, but this journey has really helped me in so many aspects, and I'm grateful. It's given me purpose. It's given me passion to just be my best self, and I'm grateful to God every day that He laid this opportunity. Family's life, sorry, someone was calling me, when we needed it the most. So I just want to end it with allow yourself to dream, to take a leap of faith, and just know that if we could all do this, you could do it too. We all start somewhere small and have just worked ourselves up. And I hope to see y'all on our team. Have a great day.